What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am miniature, okay? I am flyweight mode right now in the corner, but that's because I am here with a brand new tier list, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything because I don't think I'm allowed to do that. This is all alleged, this is all jokes, but I'm here with a tier list of UFC fighters that I'm a little bit suspicious of. I'm wearing a nice kind of Miami Vice type of t-shirt. I'm feeling like Dokes right now. I'm on to you, motherfucker. I'm on to you, Morgan. And these are the UFC fighters that I'm a little bit suspicious of, with some of the fighters that they can beat but then simultaneously lose to. And I think these are some guys that we need to be looking into with some current events going on in the UFC. If they're up in the S or the A tier, I am extremely suspicious of them. If they're down in the C and the D tier, I think there may be other explanations at play. Let's get into this, starting off. Ciryl Gane, bro. Come on, dude. We all saw the Jon Jones fight, bro. You can come out and just say like it is, dude. You can just come out and just tell the truth, bro. We know what happened, dude. We know there's no fucking way that you... Because how the fuck do you look... Like, please explain this to me. If I'm an FBI interrogator, I've got Officer Joe Pfeiffer fucking standing over my shoulder. If you're Ciryl Gane sitting in the interrogation room... explain to me how you can manage to go 5 rounds with Francis Ngannou, and you can low-key be winning by 3 significant strikes against Tom Aspinall, but against Jon Jones, you are literally CM Punk. Please explain to me how you turned into prime CM Punk for one fight when they needed to get rid of the Ngannou legacy. They needed to get... I just need to adjust this. I don't like that I look short. But you needed to get rid of Ngannou. You needed to hype up Jon Jones as the UFC. And all of a sudden, Ciryl Gane, the future of the heavyweight division, man. Ciryl Gane, man. All of a sudden, this guy turns into prime CM Punk out there. I'm on to you, motherfucker. All right? I'm putting Ciryl Gane up in the A tier. But before we move on to more suspects today, I want to give a shout out to fucking STREETX for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to cut to an ad read right now. That's right, boys. We have sold out and switched up once again. Thank you to STREETX for sponsoring today's video. We are celebrating the new JDM STREETX collection. If you want to cop some, you can follow the link in the description down below and use code BedtimeMMA in all caps for 10% off. There's also going to be a giveaway going on where you can get it all for free. I'll tell you how to do that as well. But you can see these designs. They are absolutely badass. We got 2 new JDM t-shirt designs. We've also got the no-gi sets with the animal print, the new STREETX AD shirts, including the one with the Keep Ping in the Cunt logo. Absolutely sick. And I can tell you myself, these are super high quality. I train in these. I rock these daily. You guys know I'm about this in real life. And I will be elbowing white belts out cold like Gilbert Burns in this gear. So if you want to do the same, you want to cop some, follow the link in the description down below. Use code BedtimeMMA for 10% off. You can also enter a giveaway and win the entire collection for free by following these simple steps. All you have to do is follow STREETX AD on Instagram, follow me at BedtimeMMA on Instagram, and comment on my last Instagram post, and you are officially entered into the giveaway. You have a chance to win the entire collection. The hats, the no-gi shirts, you know, the t-shirts, everything. All super high quality stuff. And I want to thank STREETX for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into it, man. Okay, and now the ad read is over. And we have officially gone mainstream. Let's get back into this video with another UFC fighter I'm very suspicious of. Patchy Mix, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Because it's like, I think, oh my God, I can't even speak. I'm so fucking mad thinking about this guy's fights. Because the first one, if it was just the Mario Blatisto fight, I would borderline put this guy in the fucking S tier or the A tier. Because there's no fucking way this is the same man that I watched fight in PFL, in Bellator with all this shit. Like, there's no fucking way you went from beating all these crazy Dagestani guys in Bellator and all this shit. Sergio Pettis, decent win. You know what I mean? You showed the ability to grapple. You showed cardio. You know, your striking was never that good, but it wasn't this. It wasn't Tin Man. This is the face that he makes. If you can see, look at my face right now. This is the face he makes. What is this guy doing? There's no, like, I think we need to look into this. Maybe he's just ass. Like, maybe he's just ass, bro. But I'm sorry, the way Patchy Mix has gone from, like, very high-level bantamweight outside the UFC to now complete jobber in the UFC. Again, this is bro's highlight reel. Just we need to look into this shit, bro, because there's something weird about this fucking guy, all right? Next one to add on the tier list, maybe he's just holding back. I think this is not a guy that's pretending to be, you know, that maybe was good and now pretending to be, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like Neil Magny's like an undercover UFC agent, dude. I feel like Neil Magny actually could low-key beat anybody, but the UFC is kind of letting him know, hey, Magny, we need you to send this kid up the rankings. Or, you know, they're like, hey, Magny, we need you to switch things up a little bit around here. This is fucking annoying me, dude. But yeah, I don't know what it is with Magny, but it's like he can simultaneously win or lose any single fight. And the thing that makes him so suspicious to me, that it's not what you might be thinking, okay? The thing that makes him so suspicious to me is there's fights where he's not good at anything. Like, I'm sorry, but there's fights where he literally just can't strike, can't wrestle, can't grapple. And then there's other fights where it's like, hold on, why is Neil Magny kind of cooking right now? Why is he kind of good right now? And you would think with so much time in the game, you would see his game change and evolve and kind of, you know, at least it used to be really good and now he kind of declined. It's very inconsistent, and it's almost like there's fights where he tries to actually win and he does, and then there's other fights where he's like comes in pure victim mode, activated, like NPC with all the sliders turned down. It's very fucking weird. I know we put him at the goat of the cockroaches, but I'm starting to reevaluate how I look at some of these cockroach maxes in the UFC and what some of these guys are low-key up to with their career. Let me just fix this once and for all, because this is actually really fucking driving me up the wall. Okay. That is a bit better, I think. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Neil Magny, I'm going to put him in the B tier, all right? Next guy to discuss on the tier list. This one hurts, bro. This one hurts to put one of my favorite fighters from back in the day on a tier list like this and talk about the downfall that he's been on. But maybe this is a good cope. Calvin Kattar, what are you doing, bro? Calvin Kattar, please tell me you're rigging fights, bro. That would be better than just accepting that my GOAT, Calvin Kattar, one of my favorite random, you know, 2010s, 2020 featherweight contenders. I always had this weird theory that I thought he would beat Volk. I don't know why. I know he wouldn't. But I had this weird feeling about Calvin Kattar. And now, bro, and the thing that pisses me off about this guy and makes me suspicious of him is the first 2 rounds, he literally just does nothing. And then round 3, he locks in. And it's like, hold on, why is he like doing good right now? You know what I mean? It's almost like it is a bit suspicious, I guess. And maybe, like I said, maybe I'm just coping. Maybe my GOAT is just washed. But maybe it would make me a little bit make me feel a little bit better to know Calvin Kattar actually is still that guy from the Giga Chikadze fight. He's just choosing to lose by 29-28 decision 5 times in a row now. You know, maybe that would make life a little bit easier if that came out. But for now, all I can do is I'm going to put Calvin Kattar in the A tier. I think that some of these 29-28 decisions, like, come on, dude. The Yusuf's allow one. Come on, bro. The rent can't be that high, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I'm letting Yusuf's allow the chip. Nice, man, nice. I'm not letting him run a 29-28 decision, bro. Get finished like Josh Emmett, man. That to me was weird because he literally threw nothing for 2 rounds and then he locked in. So we're going to be putting Calvin Kattar up in the A tier, unfortunately. And another guy that it hurts to talk about him like this, I'm going to put Luque in the C tier because there obviously is a very easy explanation, and it's the Jeff Neal knockout, right? Like some of these, there's not an explanation. And I know with Calvin Kattar, you might be able to say, hey, bro, what about the Max Holloway fight? Fair. But he came back right after that a year later and destroyed Giga Chikadze on his best run. Right, so he disproved the washed allegations, whereas Luque, when he came back from that fight, he never seemed the same. Even when he won, it was by, you know, decision against RDA, just kind of holding him against the fence. Beat Temba Garimbo, complete fraud of the fucking welterweight division. That's not a real... The guy's a complete joke. The guy's a complete bum. The guy's a complete, you know, loser of the division. You know, the guy's sleeping on the Rock's fucking couch. You know, the guy's a nobody. You know, that doesn't count to me. And that Joel Alvarez fight specifically, that's what raised a little bit of a red flag for me. That had me staring at the screen like Cash Patel on some Cash Patel type shit. What is that photo of that guy, by the way? I'm not trying to get political, you know, bedtime politics here, but what the fuck is this guy gonna do to solve a crime? This guy's not focused on fucking anything. But listen, bro, Vicente Luque, the Joel Alvarez fight raised a little red flag for me. The fact that there was like a legal shot that damaged his eye and the referee watched the replay sees it's a punch. Hey, Luque, man, hey, we're going to wipe your eye. Hey, you're all right? All right, let's get back in. You know what I mean? Giving him that baby treatment, and then Joel Alvarez taking him to a decision when he has a 100% finish rate. I think that is a little bit sus and a little bit weird. But generally, and the Joaquin Buckley knockout, that's another very sus moment in the Luque career. But I'm going to put him in the C tier. It's not like Patchy Mix where he's just randomly one day just turned to fucking dog shit. You know what I mean? There's an explanation. He used to be good. He had this big traumatic knockout and now he's kind of declined. It's sad. It hurts that he's 33 years old. That makes it a little bit less explainable, but I'm going to put the GOAT Luque in the C tier. I'm going to be respectful, all right? Now, this next guy to talk about, he's just going to encapsulate a couple of UFC stooges that are trying to come out and throw some fucking allegations out. I'm going to put Anthony Smith in the D tier, dude. Okay, because listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I have friends now that the channel is, listen, guys, now that the channel is blowing up, I'm getting, known about more and more. I am having to explain myself a little bit more to people. And one of my friends in particular that I train with is shout out to you, you know who you are, bro. He was like, oh, you're so disrespectful. You get on the video. I try to be respectful, okay? But if you are Vanessa Demopoulos saying, yeah, the UFC offered people have offered me to throw UFC fights. Come on, bro. You're literally trash, bro. They should just bet against you. Why would they call up? You know what? Here's a great money scheme. Let's call up fucking Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, we need you to throw this fight to this chick you're gonna lose to anyways. Why the fuck would they do that? Anthony Smith. Why would someone pay? Hey, Smith, we need you to curl up like a fucking. We need you to curl up in a fucking ball, dude. We need you to hold that 2-on-1 grip, Anthony. The mobs is just sitting in the crowd. Anthony, yeah, make the call. Tell him to go 2-on-1 grip. Tell him to go 2-on-1 grip on bottom and say, 5 years ago, I win that fight. No one is paying these jobbers to lose. You're just losing anyway. The reason that we have this whole betting scandal is Derek Minner went in with a very clear injury, immediately fell apart. People bet on it with that insider information. That is illegal. You can't fucking do that, right? What's the guy's name? Isaac Bulgarian or whatever this kid's name is. Very high level prospect, huge favorite. All of a sudden he drops to, almost going towards underdog when he was like a 3-1 favorite. Loses by round 1 submission, has no idea how to defend a rear naked choke. Apparently there's stories of him doing well in training against Corey Sandhagen and all these other guys out there in the Midwest. That is illegal. That is obviously something weird has fucking happened here. I love Dana White's explanation of this too. Yeah, well, we went and asked the kid and he said he didn't do anything. So we're looking into it. Imagine Dana White trying to solve your murder. What's the question? Yeah, I spoke. We're looking for Jack the Ripper. Yeah, I couldn't find him. Yeah, I went to a guy with a big mustache and said, "Are you Jack the Ripper?" He said, "No." So we're looking for other suspects now. I don't know. I think it might be fucking Marab, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, Dana White is not this genius criminal mastermind. Same with when he was trying to find the illegal streamers. He's like, "You turn that fucking thing on, we're gonna find you." Nothing has changed, right? But my point of including Anthony Smith, this is also basically me including Vanessa Demopoulos and all these other fighters that are like 20 and fucking 21 in the UFC. I highly doubt that the illegal gambling operation going on, whatever it is that's being investigated, allegedly going on, I highly doubt that it hinges on, let's make sure these UFC jobbers that lose every second fight lose this fight. I don't think they need to include you, dog. I think they're looking for like young, talented fighters and being like, hey bro, either getting insider information that they're injured, or it seems like maybe, I don't know, like getting people to throw fights, but I don't know what's actually going on, but I know it's not, hey Vanessa Demopoulos, we need you to lose, bro. You fucking, like, what are you talking about, man? Let's move on though to honestly one of my prime suspects for something like this. He's in the thumbnail. Kevin Holland, we're on to you, bro. Kevin Holland, just come out with your hands up, bro. We know, let me just move myself. I'm the best editor on YouTube. Kevin Holland, we know exactly what you're doing, bro. You can come out and just say it, bro. We know it, bro. There's no fucking way that you beat Vicente. Because, what the fuck is this guy doing? Because there's no way that you're going to go out there and go to a split decision with the GOAT fucking JDM. And then 2 fights later, you're getting destroyed by fucking Daniel Rodriguez. What are you doing? Why, bro? Why would you give it up, bro? Why are you getting mugged by Marvin Vettori, but then you decide to lock in for a second when I don't pick you? And then when I pick you, it's like the meme of the fucking the brothers that have all the facial surgery or whatever with Bitcoin. It's like, he picked Kevin Holland. Okay, have him lose to Mike Millot. Okay, he's picking Ole Jacek. Okay, have Kevin Holland win. It's like they know when we're picking this fucking guy, and then they make the call. All right, let's switch the betting lines. Let's get Kevin Holland to win this fight. Let's get Kevin Holland on a 3-fight win streak. Let's give him the best performance of his career against fucking Vicente Luque, and then boom, he's gonna get destroyed by D-Rod, who's a bum. What the fuck is going on with Kevin Holland? He is S tier. I'm on to you, motherfucker. I just wanted to test. I just honestly made this video to do my like my Dokes impression, but I'm on to you, motherfucker. All right, let's move on to another inclusion that, listen, I think some of this is explainable by just who this guy is, but there's still some suspicious moments that we need to discuss here. Brendan Allen, I'm going to put him in the C tier, dude, because Brendan Allen, yes, he is a blockhead. Yes, he has maybe a couple extra chromosomes we don't know about. But genuinely, my thing with Brendan Allen is this, bro. Are you seriously telling... And maybe I need to switch this to Rainier Dorita, but... My thing is, how does Rainier Dorita go out there and beat Bobby Knuckles by decision? But then Brendan Allen is just too much, bro. I can go out there and beat fucking, you know, everybody else in the division super easily. But if I run into Brendan Allen, I'm cooked. What sense does that make? And that's why I switched this to Brendan Allen. Because it's like, where was this against Nasruddin Imavov when I picked you? Where was this against fucking... Who else did this guy fucking lose to that pissed me off, bro? Where the fuck was this against Chris Curtis? Why are you almost getting chinned by Chris Curtis in the rematch, dude? What are you doing, man? How are you having a competitive fight with Marvin Vettori and losing to fucking, you know, Nasruddin Imavov? And then you lock in on short notice against Rainier Dorita. You absolutely demolish him, dude. I like to think that the reason I'm going to put Brendan Allen in the C tier is because, number one, he's always been talented. He just does dumb shit. And I hope it's not for this reason. I know it's not, actually. I'm not making genuine accusations here, but... with Brendan Allen, it's like, I'm gonna cope here because I'm a Brendan Allen fan and I know a lot of you guys are now, but I was on the train from fucking day dot. Okay, go back and watch the videos. I've always been glazing this guy, but I think what it is the work with the GOAT Bilal Muhammad. And people are saying I switched up on Bilal Muhammad, but Bilal Muhammad is low-key making fucking champions out there in Chicago in the war room. And I think Brendan Allen has just learned from the GOAT, and that's why he's able to lose to Nasruddin Imavov, go cold from failing takedowns, and I'm still mad about this if you're wondering. But then when you fight Rainier Dorita and we're all certain RDR is going to win, then you decide to lock in and show your full potential. You know, it is very confusing. It's a little bit suspicious, but I think there's some explanations that can be made. This next guy, though, come on, dude. Michael Chandler, bro. You're going in the fucking A tier, kid. See you at the top. God bless. Michael Chandler, because, bro... You're telling me that you did, like, he doesn't even try and hide it, bro. Like, that's why he's up in that A tier. This is a criminal. I feel like the intro to that Young Thug song with the lawyer speaking, dude. This guy is dangerous. If you put this guy on your parlay, Judge, I believe that this fucking guy will jump and let someone take his back and get finished on purpose. Michael Chandler has no interest in winning fights. He is a certified Hall of Fame. Do not bet. Do not parlay. Do not pick. Everyone knows this, right? And that is your reputation as a UFC fighter. It's almost more of your reputation than Michael Chandler's so entertaining, because I think entertaining fighters, what it comes down to is like the way that they try to win is entertaining. Yuri Prochazka is not out there trying to lose. Michael Chandler is actively trying to lose, and it's getting earlier and earlier in fights. It felt like there was moments against Gaethje and Poirier where he is winning, and then things change and he kind of realizes like, hey, I'm kind of down right now. I'm just going to accept defeat and just make this entertaining later in the fight, right? But now it's becoming basically as soon as the opponent does anything, Michael Chandler has just resigned himself to losing, and he's just going to clip farm. Like, he's just waiting for you to get on his back so he can stand up and be like, see you at the top. God bless. Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Like, that's all he's interested in doing. And I think the reason why we used to find him entertaining was because he was actually trying to win. He actually was entertaining, but then he would get finished or something like that. But now I don't find it entertaining if you're just going out there selling my fucking parlay with no regard for actually trying to win the competitive fight. Like I said, Yuri Prochazka, you listen to him talk, he's not playing around, bro. We think it's funny, but his game plan is genuine. He genuinely in his post, and I went out there to absorb his power. Yes. And I absorb his right hand, and I think to myself, I have to finish him. So I go, and let's go for that. And I bring Storm for my wheelage. You know, Yuri Prohaska, he fucks around, but it's genuinely him trying to win. Michael Chandler, you're on the A tier, bro. We're onto you. We're not onto you. We're past your fucking game here. We've caught onto your shit, dude. Your operation is over, buddy. It's over, motherfucker. We caught you, bro. We know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, Michael Chandler, one of the most suspicious, non-serious UFC fighters when it comes to trying to win. Let's move on to a very underrated fighter in this discussion. I'm seeing a lot of people making jokes like this and talking about this topic in the same way I am, you know, trying to just joke around about it because it is serious. And I'm not, again, this is not me making genuine accusations here. It's just, you know, it's good to talk about, right? But there's genuinely like a long list of people being discussed, and I feel like I haven't seen this guy brought up. Cutelaba, bro, because what are you doing, man? Explain to me, nah. Explain to me how you can go, because people fucking forget, man. And I haven't forgotten about Cutelaba, dude, because he kind of flies under the radar. But realistically, explain this to me. Why does Cutelaba have some of the best performances and wins, and then 2 fights later, he's getting absolutely fucking demolished by bums? He destroyed Khalil Roundtree. He destroyed Devin Clark. He just beat Ebo Islam pretty easily. He has a loss to Felipe Lins. Who is that? I don't know. He got cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has these weird fights where he, like, fights like shit. And then he has some fights where he fights amazing. And it's like, you know, every single fight, it's like a completely different style. It's very weird and it's very inconsistent. And I think he gets away with it by just being a blockhead. And it's like, it's light heavyweight. And MMA Guru made a really good point about this in one of his videos talking about this. We just kind of accept that MMA fighters just do dumb shit. Like, you don't, like, you can rig MMA fights, I feel like, not easy, but, you know, it's a little bit more easily explained. If you see Cutelaba do some dumb shit, you're not ringing any fucking alarm bells. You're just like, that's Cutelaba. Same with Michael Chandler, but now we're onto it. Now we know he's trying to lose. Cutelaba, it's a little bit more subtle. It's a little bit more maybe explainable because he's a light heavyweight. But I'm going to bring him up here because I feel like he doesn't really get brought up in this conversation enough. I'm going to throw him in the B tier. Now, we have 3 people left. All of these guys, I think they belong in this conversation at varying levels. One of them, he is a prime suspect. I genuinely think, like, allegedly there might be some weird shit with this guy. But the first one to discuss before I talk about that, Michael Johnson. I'm putting him in the C tier, bro. I don't know what it is about Unk, where it's like, we all know the Michael Johnson law. We all know the Michael Johnson curse. Basically, if you're a goated prospect, you're a great fighter, you're an elite level fighter, okay, you are probably getting slept by MJ. But if you're a fucking bum in the Apex, you have a pretty good chance to beat him, right? But now he's kind of switching it up a little bit. He's on a fucking win streak. He's fighting like great IQ. He's wrestling. He's, you know, not really getting hit or rocked or anything like that. I feel like Michael Johnson has kind of dropped that label a little bit lately and become more of a traditional kind of gatekeeper, fraud checker, as opposed to what the fuck is going to happen in this fight. We have no idea. Michael Johnson wins or loses to basically anybody in human history. You know what I mean? Like, there was so long of a time, and you don't see the jokes anymore, really, because he's on a win streak and he's actually like locked in, maybe, I don't know, or just not fucking around anymore. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just reached full Unk status in the UFC. But there was a time where it was like, Michael Johnson's the type of guy to beat Francis Ngannou and then lose to Clay Guida. Like, he deadass lost to Clay Guida not that long ago. But then has wins over Tony Ferguson and Dustin Poirier and all these other fucking big names in the UFC. Like, it is very fucking weird, Michael Johnson's record. You look at it and you're like, bro, this is the perfect guy to throw a little bit like, hey, bro, just lose this one for me, bro. Like, no one's gonna be shocked. Would you be shocked if Michael Johnson beat someone ranked and then immediately lost to, like, who's a fucking goofy, like, you know what I mean? Like, immediately lost his next fight to, like, Christos Giagos or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, Michael Johnson is the type of guy to beat Esteban Ribovic and then lose to Christos Giagos. You wouldn't be suspicious at all of that. So I think he belongs, like, mentioned, but I think he's been so consistent with this over time that, you know, it must just be what he does. Like, it's just what he does, you know? You can't raise any, like, that many red flags about it going forward, all right? But this next guy, though, I mean, he's literally admitted UFC scripted. Derrick Lewis, come on, dude. We're on to you, bro. We're fucking on to you, dude. And the Towson Teixeira stoppage, I'm just saying, look into it. In the words of Eddie Bravo, look into it, bro. Because what the fuck was that stoppage? And people clowned me. People fucking clowned me for saying that was a terrible, weird stoppage. And now all of a sudden, oh, now my parlay got sold by Isaac Delgarian. Now I'm looking into this. Now I'm investigating Herzog because Tom Aspinall got eye poked. Now I believe that. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. If only bedtime was there saying, isn't that weird, that stoppage? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Derrick Lewis, it feels like he could basically fluke knock out anyone, but then there's fights where he just get absolutely destroyed by complete bums. Like the Tuivasa. Okay, all right. This is one thing, and you guys know this, okay? This is where I go full batshit insane here, okay? The Tai Tuivasa knockout looks fake. Can we just say it like it is? Say it like it is, yeah. Can we all just agree that the Tuivasa knockout looks fake? And I love Tuivasa, you guys know this, and I like Derrick Lewis, but can we all just be real here that the Tuivasa elbow up against the fence, it looked like it barely hit him. And I've been hit with elbows in the face. I know how it feels. It's not fun, okay? But it barely touched him, and he bends his knee, and he just lays it like, ugh. I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Lewis was down on the ground like on some like side-eye shit. But Derrick Lewis, he's very inconsistent. He has moments of real brilliance in the cage, you know, in terms of his defensive grappling. Even sometimes he goes to a decision with Jailton Almeida, but then he gets destroyed by Sergey Spivak. You know what I mean? Like there's some weird moments in the career of Derrick Lewis. And I think as a whole, based on this whole controversy going on, he's one of the guys that I'm like, what's up with that, you know? I don't genuinely think Derrick Lewis is doing any of this shit. I think he's just like a fluky heavyweight goat. But at the same time, look into it, dude. I'm on to you, motherfucker. That's all I got to say. Last guy to discuss here. This one's going in the S tier because this one is genuinely fucking weird to me and I genuinely have some thoughts. Michel Pereira, bro. What the fuck is with this guy, bro? Michel Pereira, I'm actually suspicious of this guy. I'm actually calling sus on Michel Pereira, dude, because the fucking Albus Magomedov fight, terrible, dog shit, is one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever fucking heard. Terrible, terrible fight, did nothing like his usual performances. Maybe it was just Anthony Hernandez beat the brakes off him, but there's so many of these weird, fucky decisions that Michel Pereira goes to, but then there's fights where he absolutely murders people, and he's just got a weird thing going on, especially with his last fight. He was lifting weights beforehand and all this stuff. I don't know. Michel Pereira is very high on my list of UFC fighters I'm suspicious of. I'm going to throw him in the S tier, but let me know down below, what fights or fighters are you suspicious about? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I just have to make this perfectly fucking clear. I'm not actually throwing any serious accusations. This is just a joke. Okay, don't fucking arrest me. Don't send this fucking goofball in the FBI to fucking come get me, okay? Don't send this goofy ass to come get me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BedtimeMMA. Make sure you guys go for the STREETX giveaway if you want to, or check some of the stuff out at the description in the description down below. Again, thanks to STREETX for sponsoring me, mate. We'll get the fucking JDM interview popping very, very soon, boys, all right? I'll see you in the next video, man. Goodbye.